I'm going to try to install it. Maybe it'll update. And see with Windows, they have in their settings, you can go in there and run programs from an earlier version. So once this gets to going, I'm going to see what's going to happen. Because that's the advantage of knowing about computers. And knowing how to do these things. So, so that's why I don't fight with people. There are things that I don't know. I'll be truthful about that. But the thing is, if I don't know it and you know it, I got to a point. There was a time when I wasn't honest, and I would be like, oh, okay. And I would say, like, if they say, well, how do you install an external drive, right? And let's say I never did it. So I would say something like, oh, external drive, that's easy. There's a little different process about it, but it's easy, But I'm not bringing it out. And I've learned that with people, when I would ask them questions about certain things, I mean, not too much the computer, sometimes the computer, but sometimes I would ask people things and they would like go around the corner with it. So that will let me know that they really don't want me to know about it. But when it came to computers, I would really like get into it. Even when I would call customer service and go get transferred to technical support, that's why I learned to start recording everything that I am in, right? Especially things like that, And I understand, if you're supposed to let people know you're recording. But, I would let them know while I'm recording for my own purposes, not for the purposes of using nothing against you or putting it on the internet, anything like that. But for my own personal reference. So when I would go to technical support in reference to my computer, whether Mac or Windows, at that time I didn't have a Mac, I had Windows, and I would call them up, and the things that they would tell me to do, I will be writing it down. You got to go into this and you got to write this, because there's things that you got to write in your search, in your run, and it'll go inside the program of the computer, and it'll bring up the program of the computer or the program of the application, and it'll tell you to erase this or to add this. But there's certain ways you got to write it. You got to write it with a slash, you got to write it with a comma, you got to write it with a colon, a period, because the person that wrote the program, Bondabone, Borderbond, they incorporate their own codes. So you got to know what codes. That's why you will call either the company or you will look up the company. And nowadays you can go, back then, YouTube wasn't popular. It was AOL. So you could search AOL for different things. But if you don't know what to search for. So now I'm going to make an effort to try to install this. So it didn't run by itself. So now I have to go into settings. I would have to go into... See, I'll be forgetting the terminology of it, the words, because I really don't. I never do where I got to talk it. I just got it all up in here, and I know where I'm supposed to go. So you got to excuse me if I don't say the terminology right. But for those who are computer techs, computer geeks, computer nerds like myself, you will know what I'm trying to say, even though I'm not saying the words correctly. Okay, so you will have to go into, is it the settings, where you will look for, okay, let me see something. I'm going to let you know in a minute. Let me find it, and then I'll know how to See, I got this computer, but I got it pre-loved, right? So therefore, it was not cleaned up. And I should have just erased the whole computer, the whole drive, and started fresh. But I started off where somebody else had it. So the drive wasn't cleaned off. It wasn't fresh. See? I got it for a good price, and I prefer to get an older version. Not too old, you know, in years. But I want, see, the newer version of computers is good, but, you know, the only goodness about it, let me give you a FYI. The only good about new computers is their drives. They may give you a TB drive, you know what I'm saying? Your memory may be expanded, you see what I'm saying? But, and you may get a program, you see what I'm saying, that is pretty good, you see? But you want a computer that's compatible to other things, you see what I'm saying? And you want a computer that is able to do what you want it to do. You don't want to buy a computer that's only going to do what that computer can do. So, yes, there will be times that you got to go external. You know, you got to go buy external drive so that you can back up your system. Okay, I understand that. You may go buy external flash drive. I understand it. That's good. But you want to run programs, get a disc. See, and that's another thing. They don't do discs no more, you know. And sometimes you want the disc in hand of the program. So let's say, for instance, you buy a program and it's downloaded, right? I bought a Mac print shop, but I bought it from download. Now, I bought the Windows downloaded, but I bought the CD as well. And you pay an extra for that. So if you buy the download version, you'll get the CD maybe at a nice price. But if you buy the CD right off the back and don't get the download, you gotta wait for the CD to come in the mail. And then you run the risk of losing your computer crashes and stuff like that. And they keep it on their site for a certain amount of years, and let's say it's beyond those years, then you lost out 2 or 3 years. Maybe they keep it on there for 2 years. The third year, your computer can still work with that program, but you can't get the program. And then you call up the company, and the company is telling you, well, we don't have it for download no more. You see what I'm saying? Because we're not making it, but we'll send you out the CD. Which you could have just did it from the jump street, if I'm making sense to you, if I'm making any kind of sense to you. So, I have this, but it's for Windows up to Windows 10, starting from Windows 7, okay? So now, I'm going to put it in my system now, which is Windows, what I got here? This is Windows 15 or something. No, I think it's Windows 10. That's a good question. Because you know when you first install Windows, when it comes on, it tells you what kind it is. Back in the days, you had that little Windows sound, and it'd be Windows 98. But I think I got Windows 10. So I think this is good for Windows 10. But this is from November 1993 to May 2010. So I think this came out, we'll go from Windows 7, Windows Vista. I thought I seen 10 up here. No, I think it's, Windows XP Home. Yeah, it's going way back. So it's only going up to Windows 7. And see, it only requires 2 gigabytes of free hard disk. So now the upper version is probably 10 gigabytes because they have a whole lot of stuff. So now, getting to this, you will go into your Windows Start and you click on Settings, and then you will go to Devices. Let me see if I'm right. Uninstall. I'm going to say devices. Let me see what comes up. Okay, let's see. Okay, so that's showing your devices. No, that's not what you want. Okay, so let's go to see, my Windows computer is a touch screen, but I don't really use it that much. I be forgetting that it's touch, and it says pen and Windows ink. So I guess it's supposed to have a little pen where you could touch it with the pen. Okay, so you got handwriting. So that means the computer is eligible for me to write on. But I'm not even using it. Okay, so let's go. I'm trying to...
It's on 10. Yeah, I found it. It's on
10. Okay, USB. Alright, so that's not it. So I got it in my head. I gotta just find it. Display sound notification power. What would it be under? It's where you are. CD. Let's see. Okay, here we go. This is CD. Turn autoplay on or off. Choose autoplay default device. Man, play CDs or other media automatically. Okay, let me just see. Let me go back. Let me see if it comes up. It's reading. Okay, it came up. Okay, so here we go. Use autoplay for manual. It's a memory card. Let's see. This is running, but so this it's a special discount for a limited time. Okay, so stop running. So we got Blu-ray disc, auto, blank, video, software. Software acts every time. Install or run program from your media. Let's see. Let's go save. Alright, let's do it again. Alright, let's see what happens. We're going to see if it runs. Okay, it's coming up. Okay, so we're going to see whether it's going to do it. It came up, it's reading it. The computer's reading it. Because normally you go through the procedures. Sometimes you can go through the procedures and install it. But then when you go to run it, it doesn't run. Okay, it's coming up. Hold up, it's doing it. Because this is the program that I always make my programs from. And I had upgraded it. I think I upgraded it when I was at 183. Because your Mac computer, you can petition it. For those who know about computers, know what petition means. You can petition your Mac to run Windows on as well. But I did it in the beginning because I didn't have a Windows computer. But then I decided I need my Mac fully and I need my Windows fully. So that's why I went out and purchased and got me another computer under the Windows software. So it is installing. So this is the image there. So I think the image consists of the different pictures. Like if you're doing, like I'm doing a church program, so it has different images like the Bible, the crosses. Back in the days, this software had like 8 discs, that you had to install in. But they kind of like broke it down. As the versions go up, they lessen the discs. So now it came down to 2 discs. And, I'm sure now they got one Print Shop 6. I want to get that, but I want a trial version first. I don't want to just be like, I don't want to just be like installing something and I don't know what I'm installing and I don't want it. It's installing now, so hopefully I got enough space. Well, I cleaned it up. I got this program that's called Clean My PC. It says preparing the Insta Shield Wizard, which will guide